that music.
Man, you ain't listening.
Gonna tell you the truth. Be out, Mr. Info.
You know what I hit for?
The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, we cover from dog shades to the team at the Barclays. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, from Will scoring 100.
Everywhere I go, I keep seeing
The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, let's go.
Yeah, buddy. Back in the building, man. Old Heads, how y'all doing? Episode 97, young people. We out in the building, man. Back in the basement. Same time, man. You already know what it is. I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. And we got a great show today for y'all. Of course, we're going to be talking about the NFL draft, as well as 10 questions this week. We got a hot one, man. 10 players in the NFL that should have pulled an Eli Manning in the draft and said, nah, you ain't going to sabotage my career. And then we're, of course, also going to be talking about Chicago. Man, is that the hottest sports city in the USA right now? Of course, the WNBA, the Chicago Sky, got Camila Cardoza as well as Angel Reese, Bayou Barbie. They're coming to Chicago. And then as well, we also just got the number one pick, what some people say is generational, and Caleb Williams, and as well as Roma Doomsday, the Washington wide receiver, who I personally love. He say Uno.
We got Uno. That's what Caleb said.
Hey, we got that punter. We're not gonna need him.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Hopefully I'll make him eat his words. But Old Heads episode 97. I'm gonna let these brothers introduce themselves. We're gonna be talking about a lot more, but let's get it in. You need.
B.I. Old Head, let's go.
Whoa, what's going on? No, man, it's Hendo G, man, a.k.a. French Loaf, a.k.a. Mr. Honey Pack himself.
Yes, sir. And of course, if you're new, first time, man, like and subscribe, that little button right there. Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast on YouTube, as well as you check over the other channel, C Hendo, Ceehendo, C Hendo on YouTube, man. Like and subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody, and yeah, man, it doesn't cost nothing. Appreciate the love, but if you haven't seen this, how we start every episode, Hendo's Hot Takes. What's the hot takes for this week, Hendo?
Yeah, hot take, man. We are literally watching an era of generational players come to their complete end.
Oh, yeah.
I am convinced that the Lakers, the Warriors, and the Suns are in massive danger as a franchise, as a team, and an organization. These niggas in trouble, man. First off, we're going to start with the Suns. Them niggas have no picks until 2030. And they have yet one of the biggest, highest paid rosters, and them niggas don't do shit. They on the verge of probably about to get swept on their way out. Then we going to talk about the Warriors. Man, them niggas is dust, cooked. Them motherfuckers is through, man. If we see that same roster together, we already know they tanking. Because them motherfuckers not going to do shit. As an organization, a crew, a record label, anything, them niggas is cooked. Now we want to go on to the Lakers. I'm sorry, y'all.
Record label.
I'm sorry, y'all. But y'all go, y'all leader, he failing y'all right now. Because this nigga has no answers for nobody against the Nuggets. Them niggas is literally their nemesis. Them motherfuckers can't do shit against the Nuggets. Ever, anytime, and nowhere in the near future. They might as well trade everybody on that goddamn team for all picks and try to make a new team by 2026. That's what they need to do, because they cook, man. They just don't got no answers for him. I have never seen LeBron, AD, and a Laker team this frustrated. This is bad. The only time I've seen them this frustrated is when they didn't make the playoffs. That 1 year LeBron didn't make the playoffs. Yeah. That was the only time I've seen them this frustrated. And they have a lot of talent, but they just don't have the talent to win. They have a lot of something, and I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's not winning them, and it's not going to get them winning. They on the verge of getting their ass swept, too. Not even a gentleman's sweep, just a full-on... Get your ass the fuck out the playoffs. Y'all shouldn't have made it here, swept. That's in those hot takes.
Okay. And just to expound on that, right now the Celtics and Heat, or Celtics in Miami, they're up 70-45 in the third quarter with 8:31 to go.
And that's the Celtics beating the Heat?
Celtics beating the Heat, yeah.
Without Jimmy?
Without Jimmy, yeah. It's bad.
That's Hendo's hot takes. We're gonna get right into sports entertainment news for the week. What would you guys grade the Chicago Bears draft?
A+. I don't know how I can go any better.
Oh wow.
Unless we just drafted like for show and all time. That's like saying, well, we just drafted Tom Brady or Joe Montana in retrospect, like knowing what they will become.
Right.
Because like basically like, dude, it don't get no better than that. That man, look, I don't. This team gets completely transformed, like right in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is gonna be a different team. We got kind of the same strategy, got the same coach, but with these players, man, everybody expecting big changes. So shit, A+. The sky's the limit.
Okay, Hendo, how you feel about the draft, man? What would you get a Bears draft?
I give it a probably an A+ too.
Okay.
We couldn't fail. This was set up to where we couldn't really make a bad choice. Either way, we could have went. It was going to be a good choice to me this year. Whether we would have went with an edge, a receiver, or whatever, it was going to be a good choice. So I feel like we were placed in a good position to win regardless. But I'd probably give it there, and we're still making good quality picks too. So, but yeah, I think we A+ on that one.
A+, okay. I would give us a B+. I think we finally possibly have a franchise quarterback and possibly a legit X receiver for the next decade as well. I think a tackle to help Caleb keep upright, I think is something we should with something I really like we did. We got a project, and I think if Braxton doesn't work out, we can kick him to the inside and maybe a year bring this. I can't pronounce it. I'm not going to butcher his name, but he's a mammoth human being.
Yeah.
So I think I really like that. I think we still need help at edge. I know we just got a young man out of Kansas. Yeah. I think that's really the only thing. I think I was kind of conflicted, and I thought with Dallas Turner being there, I kind of wanted us to get that, but I think you also can't pass up on a player like Rome Odunze.
You really can't.
Who is? I've watched him play. A lot of Michael Penix's success was based on having that wide receiver core, and Rome Odunze was a big part of that. And he doesn't play like he's 6'3". He's a phenomenal route runner. He has speed. He's not as explosive as neighbors, but I think he possibly is probably a better route runner. And I think they're mimicking almost what they saw the Bengals do
kind of
with Joe Burrow, to where you're almost putting them in a situation to where you're not going to fail, or we're going to give you every opportunity so that you don't fail. And I think with Keenan Allen possibly being a free agent next year, he is getting older in age. We can slot Rome right in that slot. Then you got more, and then next year go out in another draft and get another wide receiver. I think what Chicago is doing. I still
think that if he has a good year, there's a very good possibility of re-signing.
Oh, absolutely. I would have no problem with that. But I think what Chicago was finally doing is we're finally starting like a modern football team. And then we're starting to add depth. Now, I think we're definitely going to have to address that defense next year. People need to pump their brakes. I don't think anybody's probably been a bigger Caleb advocate than me. But I think they need to pump their brakes, understand that saying that there's 4,000 yards, even 3,000 yards. Pump the brakes. On paper, we look really good. But give him time. He's still a rookie. Peyton Manning, I think, what 1 and 12 or something like that his first year.
He's throwing for 3,000.
I hope he does. I hope he does. But I also hope that translates to wins.
That's true, because I'm not sure how many games he's gonna win.
Yeah.
But anybody right now some money.
If he throws, like I've even seen like analysis even say that if he throws for 3,000 yards, the wins are going to translate, because there was times where the offense was looking stagnant, but the defense was holding. And we've done nothing but get better on defense, I believe. We didn't go backwards on defense. We got a little better. We moved forward. So if it comes to game situations... Right.
I understand that argument. So I really do.
I feel like if he... Because if you put 3,000 yards on any Justin Fields things last year, we're winning games. That's point blank. We're winning games. We're closing games.
I can see him getting 300, having a 300-yard game.
3,000.
I'm saying a 300-yard game 10 times. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily 300-yard game. Say it'd be 290 or 284. Okay. But you got an extra 7 fucking games to get those little 15 from this game, 20 from that game, 100 from this game because you only threw 200. He gonna make that up in another 7 games. He's throwing for 3,000 yards.
I feel that.
And I love, a lot of people say what they want about him, but I love his attitude. I was actually watching the draft again this morning, and just seeing his energy. Like a lot of people say he seemed like he was arrogant and this and that. I didn't see any of that. All I saw was a kid. All I saw there was a kid that was excited that he understand that, hey, you wanna know what? I'm pretty fucking good at this game. I should be the number one pick. I don't see anything wrong with that. Everyone loved Michael
stopped
Jordan.
listening to people when he cried
Yeah.
after that game, and people either made fun of him or said he wasn't a good quarterback because he cried.
Yeah, like I would rather my quarterback care too much than be Jay Cutler.
I was about to say then what be Jay Cutler. Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I'd rather my quarterback care too much than be Jay Cutler.
I don't know. That nigga never cared at all.
But
he didn't give a fuck when he threw that pick. That nigga throw a pick and walk off like he threw a touchdown.
Oh shit.
He walk off like
he wouldn't even say that. That nigga be like, well,
I'm about to get post game snacks or something. I don't know what he.
Time to see what Love you talking about. What's up?
I gotta get an oil change out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Back killer.
I heard a knocking in this.
I'm working my nerves. Jay, huh?
He said, huh?
But Chicago, talking about Jay Cutler, Chicago seems, in my opinion, is a hotbed for talent right now with stars like Angel Reese and Camila Cardoza coming to Chicago. Is Chicago the hottest sports city in the USA right now?
I was trying to think of another one offhand. I couldn't, and all I was thinking is you leaving out kind of better. This dude was like
Facts.
18 years old.
18,
Facts.
19 years old. Talk that shit.
Man, Chicago Blackhawks, man. He's one of the best players in the league already.
Yeah, he's nice.
Like 19 years old or some shit.
Yeah, he's nice.
We're gonna be on the lookout for him. I got a feeling we're gonna see some brothers in some Blackhawk jerseys in the next 10 years. Like,
is that yours?
That's yours.
Okay.
Yes, sir, man. So, man, we definitely want to come up, man. Like, I'm saying, girls, my homegirls in Chicago, this is the jersey. It was 150, whatever. Like, they talking about jersey sales, people talking about buying the ticket for the WNBA for the season already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand Caitlin Clark had a major effect on women's basketball, but just the fact that we got some of them stars, too. You know,
there is no, my opinion, there is no Caitlin Clark without Angel Reese.
Yeah, you need a nemesis.
People can talk about it's not about race. That was absolutely about race.
Oh, yeah. It definitely was. That first year?
Yes, that first year, especially with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, that was definitely about race.
Yeah,
it can be buddy, but at its core, that's basically what it boiled down to. Two different styles. You had Beantown and Larry Bird and the working collar guy, and then you had the smiling Magic Johnson, L.A. flashy. That's basically what it boiled down to. And that's kind of what it was, the same thing. All black, LSU, you know what I'm saying? They in there doing the gritty. And then you got all white, and they're listening to Taylor Swift. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And who gonna win? And so, but my fault. I mean, interject there. I totally agree. Yeah. So you think Chicago?
I mean, yeah, man, we definitely one of the spots to look at now. You know what I'm saying? I wish the Bulls could be putting their hat and shit on their hat in the ring, but right now we're gonna take them Bears. We'll tell you how we can get it right now. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. The Chicago hottest sports city in the USA right now. You got Taylor, Rome, Angel Reese, Blackhawks, Connor.
I always be looking at Boston too, man, because Boston's one you really can't really count them out. Because they be having so much shit going on out there, especially with Boston, the Celtics doing everything, then they baseball team be clowning.
Who was that quarterback?
That quarterback, that black dude, got a gun, man, dropping dimes.
They just picked him up?
Yeah, dog. Patriots just picked that motherfucker up.
Oh, the arm mutant.
Yeah.
You talking about Joe Milton?
Milton, I think his name was Milton from Tennessee.
The arm mutant, the arm mutant.
Yeah, that's what they call him? Man, I'm seeing this highlight. He dropping dimes.
You never saw
He
him?
got a gun too.
Bro, oh my
I may
God.
have seen a couple highlights like
Oh,
one time
bruh.
before.
I think
But like,
It's different. I had my girl watching
kind of
this
feel like
highlights.
it be Boston sometimes, but Chicago's definitely the most up and coming. Like I said, we're kind of missing out on basketball right now. But if we were to make a big basketball move, like to say, like acquire like a Paul George, or just hypothetically, because
right.
if they were to leave, you know,
I
he
just don't
has the
like
end of
Paul
his.
George.
Well, I get it, but I'm just talking about people whose contracts are going to be up. That's high talent.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah, I know what
saying?
you mean.
Considering that we need to replace Zach LaVine with anybody possible. I don't even care if it was Paul George injured. I'd take him right now over Zach LaVine. Like, that's how bad I want to get Zach off the team. I'm done with Buddy. Like
Zach
shit like that.
Zach who?
Right.
Haven't even
But
seen
I
Zach.
think we're up and coming. We're the most
I've
up and
seen
coming.
Lonzo Ball more recently than at a game than I've seen Zach.
That's what I'm saying. And he another
Like, what does
motherfucker.
that say?
He another name that gotta go. That's what that say.
Oh, real.
He on his way
I'll show
too.
you after.
But I say we on the come up.
We
I say we on the
began
come
this
up.
show saying trade Lonzo Ball. He's the reason for trade
my
yourself
God.
this segment.
Yeah, he was.
He's the reason for trade yourself this segment.
Oh,
He's one of
wow.
those main guys. For real.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry, I love Lonzo Ball.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't working out for either party.
He's just not as a bully.
I would say, excuse me, y'all. I would say absolutely Chicago probably is the hottest, but outside of maybe Minnesota, who possibly got their future franchise quarterback, and want to go with a stacked roster, and the Vikings. Then you also look at the Timberwolves, who are on the verge of winning a playoff series since 03-04. I would say Chicago, Angel Reese, outside of Caitlin Clark, was the biggest name in college basketball and has garnered a huge public interest with her style and unapologetic being black. Camilla was the best player on the best team last year. Caleb's been viewed as the #1 pick for 2 years. And Rome has the look and explosive big play capability to be a fan favorite in Chicago. I think, and then also I totally forgot about Connor Bedard. He's 18-year-old Blackhawks phenom. So I think Chicago as a whole has a bright future. I think it definitely is big, two of the biggest sports, and the biggest sport in football and the WNBA, which is slowly, probably, they might have a better following next year than the Bulls, depending on who we bring back next year. So, but yeah, I think right now Chicago is probably the hottest sports city right now.
That's tripped out to hear and think.
It is.
That the female team in Chicago
It's gonna be fire.
might,
They
get more ratings
fire.
than the fucking Chicago
They're
Bulls.
gonna catch. They're gonna have so many rebounds.
They biggest enemy
Have you
gonna be
seen
the Las
Cardozo?
Vegas Aces.
Oh.
Camilla Cardozo.
Yeah, the light skinned chick.
Yeah, there's gonna be hell on the glass. They ain't gonna be getting.
6'7".
Yeah.
It's
I'm
gonna be
seeing
hell
the
on the
street
glass.
clothes too.
Yes. He said, I say there's street clothes too.
We're gonna start having that conversation, man.
Man.
I'm getting old, so I'm gonna be talking about retirees and shit.
Hey, you
But man.
But let's talk about retirees, or soon to be possibly. If Phoenix loses to the Wolves in the first round, how much would that hurt KD legacy? Who want to tackle that?
The legacy is bent already. I don't think the legacy already got a hit to it. It's got, I don't know what hit his legacy ain't took. Everybody already call him, the king of snakes. I mean, shit, it ain't a Mamba mentality. It's just like, y'all getting ate up, so I'm gonna slither my ass the fuck up out of here type mentality and shit. Well, it's a fact. This nigga's
I'm gonna slither my way out of here.
with the exception of him and LeBron, they've had the most studded motherfuckers ever around him. And KD is very, very high on that list. Like a player behind LeBron type shit. Like single a player. If this nigga go to the Dallas Mavericks, he gonna top on him. But it's just, this team is trash. I hate to say it. This team is the biggest downfall of a team I think I've ever say. I would normally say Brooklyn, or there was like a Trailblazer team that I think that had a lot of talent that went nowhere to me. And that was with Greg Oden and Brandon Roy and all them over there, and just went stagnant. But they were looking good, but just went stagnant. Anyways, right. It just went stagnant though. They had other people over there that could carry that load, but them niggas just fizzled away. But this team here, and I knew this team was gonna be weak as fuck from the start, because none of the niggas on this team want to play fucking defense or can play defense. I'm watching they center get just abused. And then if he do that, he get in foul trouble. That leaves KD as your center. And this nigga definitely, he can get a couple blocks, but he's no defender. I watch this nigga get dunked on all the goddamn time. Because he just has no body. He has length with no body. This team is not set up for success. It was built to fill seats in the arena because it's a fun team to watch when they're winning. But they're rarely ever really winning. That's the whole thing. This team has too much talent to go through the trials and tribulations they go through. All they want to do is bring the ball up, shoot, miss a rebound, come back, not play D, get an and one, go back down, shoot another wild ass shot, make her miss, then come back down. They have no consistency. None whatsoever. None. I don't even think these niggas run play. They just go to whoever at the ball, one screen, give it to them and shoot.
Well, they don't have any bigs.
They do, but they not worth a damn. You got rid of the. They do, but not. To me, it's not the bigs that's the problem. They have nobody who wants to play defense. They have no defender. If you can't tell me the star defender on their team, and if you say anybody on that motherfucking roster, I'm gonna look at you like you fucking crazy because they not a fucking defender. They need a Draymond Green ass nigga. They need a dog on the court, and they have no dog. They have a fistful of shooters. And then they fucking around start missing because in the playoffs, what happens? All them deep-ass shots, they start not falling unless you were Golden State back in the day. But we watching everybody take twos, and these motherfuckers taking the longest twos for no reason. But all the teams that are banging in the middle, getting the and ones, fighting for the points, i.e. Miami, shit like that, doing shit like that, they winning games. I ain't gonna use Miami all the way, but they got Porzingis over there who's also banging in the middle, winning games. I'm just saying, like,
yeah, his legacy is fucked, man. I'm gonna keep it real. Because the only motherfucking thing, his only claim to fame and all of that shit was he supposed to be some mercenary to go to teams and shit and get you over the hump and win. If he could have did that, then we could have looked at him differently if he, like, the shit actually worked. If the plan worked. It didn't work. The plan didn't work. The only time it worked is when you went to the best team in the league, one of the... maybe the best team ever, quote unquote, maybe, possibly, arguably, you know what I'm saying, debatably, the best team ever, 73-9. You went to that motherfucking team and won 2 motherfuckers. It's the only time it ever worked. So, like, no, all this moving around, the fact that you left that situation to go to Brooklyn and leave like that is whack. To go to Phoenix and leave like that is whack. But guess what? You left OKC in the first place, and that was whack because y'all could have beat them niggas. Y'all was up 3-1 on Golden State that motherfucking year. So it's like, dude, his shit is fucked up. It's like irreparable because at this point, he can't win a championship or 2 in Phoenix and it's like, oh, okay. No, we just gonna look at him like what he is, and it's not no bad thing. He one of the most cold-blooded, most efficient scorers we ever seen. And you don't want to play him one-on-one ever.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? That's compliment.
But let's be honest. The Suns were a better team before he got there. The Suns were a better team before KD got there. The Suns,
coach.
It doesn't matter. That statement's a true statement, though.
Vogel, no one has ever said
that was Monty Williams.
That was Monty Williams. That's what I said, Monty Williams. That's what I'm saying, Monty Williams.
But tell me that statement
because nobody ever said Frank Vogel drew up that shit out that play. Right. Nobody ever said he really drew it up on offense right there. Vogel is a defensive coach. So this just is a horrible fit. They have no point guard, a defensive coach with no defensive players. This team is in disarray. Their GM need to be ashamed of itself. You should have never put that product out there on that goddamn
no picks. They have nothing.
They played out, and this is what
nothing.
But guess what? You got to trade motherfuckers there.
They're going to trade.
Yep, you got to get rid of Bradley Beal.
Yeah, I think me personally, I think it stops them from ever being in that top 10 of all time talk. If they lose, Durant will go down as arguably the greatest one-on-one scorer of all time, but he's also looked at as the greatest, possibly second option of all time on a team.
I think Mike Beasley can actually take Kevin Durant too. Why are we just saying this?
Yeah,
why are we just saying that?
Yeah,
Mike Beasley don't lose
fun to
one-on-ones unless it's the Bam out of body.
Hey, real talk. That's what he said that. Yeah, he said that. I think his talent has outweighed his leadership and ability to make others around him better. That is probably the single biggest difference from him and LeBron. LeBron was able to take less talent further, whereas KD has not been able to with more talent than any other player, in my opinion, in history. Down 0-3 as we speak, I say top 15, but I don't think you could ever put him higher than that, in my humble opinion.
I can't even put him in my. I'm sorry, man. I really do like KD, but
I can't.
He got to be in my top.
If I take any star player,
they won
in their prime.
They won,
and you put them on the best team that was playing in that era, they automatically win the championship, and that's all KD did. So if you take Charles Barkley went to Phoenix, they weren't the best team in the fucking league.
Right.
If he would have went to fucking Portland, who was already in the finals, or shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
You see what I'm saying? If he'd have went, no, but that's the equivalent of him coming to the Bulls, though.
That's a good point.
It's the equivalent of him coming to the Bulls, though, not even just Portland, a team that's on the no. They already won one with Harrison Barnes.
Oh my God!
Malone on that Warriors team.
That'd been crazy. That'd been crazy.
This is my boy. Like all he did, I said, okay, he won MVP twice, but I don't think that speaks as much to him as it does to what Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond.
They kind of made your job easier.
Those guys are really not Finals MVP types. Steph is supposed to be, but why did he just get his first one on his fourth win?
Because he struggles.
Oh no, because he'll take a back seat because he's a good teammate.
No,
that's what D Wade was.
But sometimes he be struggling. That's why I always say, like, we coming into the end of this little dynasty, because the one thing that people always fail to realize sometimes is Curry goes through his big playoff droughts. He goes through big playoff droughts. Like, it's usually his first series are atrocious. Like, there's been times where he's just shot very, very below his
the finals.
Shit like that.
Yeah,
and he'll that's just how it is. But the series before, he was shooting lights out.
Yeah.
But see, that's how I like to tell. I know he a real player because he really fluctuates as a real person. Like he'll have these games, but he bounced back. That's why I've always liked about Curry, man.
It's
a shooter gonna shoot.
Front runner. It's okay.
Oh wow. Keeping with Steph Curry, me too. With the Warriors dynasty over, where does that core of players rank all time as a trio?
Oh, this is the funny list right here. This is not as good as people think. Let me show you something, man.
I put them at a list. If I was going to put a 10 list up, I thought about it backwards coming back to this, and I think they made like 8 or 9 on my list. They made my top 10, I think, but they went 8 or 9 because there's some trios out there that was just fucking phenomenal. That we really forget about. We are asleep on, and that people forgot when they were winning, but they just didn't win a championship type trios.
Like Mo Williams, and Gauskas, and LeBron. They went to the finals against the Spurs.
I mean, I guess.
He said he had no talent. He took no talent.
I was gonna say Elijah Wan, Barkley, and Pip Dog.
Barkley was always,
but still though,
Scotty's back was broke. Charles was fat as hell.
They
got hurt.
They did what they had to do. No, but there's too many variations I got, and they really make my top.
So
out.
what would you rank them at?
I probably had to put them at like 8. I probably put them at number 8 for me.
They definitely ain't top 10 to me.
Oh wow.
They definitely ain't top 10.
Okay.
I mean, it's too many. I can start doing funny shit like the Bulls' first three-peat with Horace Grant, their second three-peat with Dennis Rodman. I can start doing all types of funny shit. I didn't. But you can. You want to know why you can? Because the goddamn Celtics with Larry Bird and Kevin McHale.
That was up there on my highest list too.
Then you can take Parrish or DJ. I would prefer DJ, but Parrish was the man with the numbers.
I would say Parrish. I would just go Parrish.
But then you got to take the big three with Ticket and the Truth and motherfucking Ray Allen.
And then you got the Spurs with Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker.
Parker. Definitely them motherfuckers. They definitely on the list. Nigga, I got
any Kobe and Shaq combo. And you could have really been petty.
You could have. I really didn't.
Because you could say Kobe Gasol.
It's a whole bunch of duos.
But I ain't
even go there with the duos. I ain't even go there just like the two dope niggas and then pick a third. I ain't even do that. That's why I didn't even put Horace Grant on that list with them. I didn't even go. That's the cheap route. Right. It's a whole bunch of motherfuckers though, and not including just them damn duos. But oh man, there's a lot of niggas on this list though. Dog, Spurs, OKC. You wanna know why I say OKC? Mm-hmm. Because of 3 MVPs. They didn't win shit. But they all 3 of them were MVPs
Harden
of the league. Steph was MVP of the league, not Clay, not Draymond. They won together, But as far as going down in history as them duos, yeah, they gonna get looked at higher on the list than that OKC team because they didn't win shit. But when I look at just talent,
You got Sacktown.
I got 3. Who?
Sacktown, Bibby Stojakovic, and Weber.
I ain't do that. Just because they ain't like historically known. We can start doing that all day long. Just thinking 3 motherfuckers. Man, we can go Houston Rockets with Rod Warren and Sam Cassell and motherfucking Elijah Wan or somebody. Like, we can do.
I agree.
You can just start doing that with any team. You know what I'm saying? I'm picking
so they
like
make your
great
top 10?
motherfuckers though. Nah.
What number they make it in?
Nah. You know what? Out of respect and out of all the championships they won, I give them 10. I give them 10 just so they can make it inside the 10.
Where you got them at?
Because they won.
I would rank them 3rd all time, only behind the Bulls trio of Jordan, Pippen, and Worm, and that Spurs trio of Duncan, Mano, and Tony. They won 4 rings in 14 seasons, compared to Golden State, who won 4 rings in 12 seasons. I don't know if we all say anything. Excuse me. I don't know if we'll ever see anything like this again. A big 3 that was actually drafted and not assembled like the Avengers. Which is why I think it worked, because it was organic and players got to grow together. As much flack as LeBron get for putting super teams together, every super team put together hasn't won. You look at the Rockets, Lakers have done it a few times, Brooklyn, Phoenix, etc. Yep. All have had big 3s and all of them have failed. The length of time that core was great alone, I think, solidifies them in the top 3.
I think that's blasphemous. I think that's disrespectful. I thought we were old heads. What about Magic and Cooper? They got drafted like the same time. They were there the whole time. And motherfucking Kareem was already there. They didn't get Kareem to come join them. Kareem been there.
They had
but he been there.
They had James Worthy.
So pick 3. I'm saying them 2 got drafted there and Kareem was there. That's 3. They won what? How many Cooper? Cooper won
Kareem
all
didn't
of
get
them.
drafted though.
That's true, but he was there before them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There wasn't those team full of stars like that before he got there. Cornbread wasn't there yet.
Cornbread was there.
Cornbread was there before Magic?
Yeah, Cornbread was there.
Even still, son.
He said
that's
even
a Hall of
Fame.
Then you had
I love
Bob
Cornbread though, man.
You had Bob McAdoo on that team.
He was there before Magic?
I want to say he was either there before or he might have came.
He came
after Magic, because I think
he definitely came after Magic. He wasn't there. I just got finished watching 3 different motherfucking Lakers shows.
I think he got traded for
two
Spencer
summers
Haywood,
ago.
if I'm not mistaken.
Magic had his show, Jeannie Buss had her show, and they both did their shows after the original shit.
I watched all of them shows.
Exactly.
But yeah, I would have them 3rd, man, all the time. I think when you look at they won 4 rings in 12 seasons compared to that Spurs team that won 4 rings in 14 seasons. You could say KD, but then you could also make the argument they also had Kawhi. You know, so I think that along being that dominant, and then having different versions of that 3-peat as well, similar to what the Bulls did. It wasn't just one version. You had the first iteration, then you had the 2 they won with KD, and then that final iteration was kind of Steph being. He's always been the alpha, but kind of being finally taken over in the finals. And, you know, being that superstar, quote unquote.
I'm going
part of
Spurs
the top 10.
Spurs,
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not mad.
That's some homegrown shit.
Switching things up really quick, going back to the Bears. Where would the Bears have a top 10 offense next year? They'll have Keenan Allen. If you guys don't know, we got Roma Dunze with the 9th pick.
Oh no.
Caleb Williams with the 1st pick. To go with Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, as well as at tight end. You got DeAndre Swift. You got DJ Moore, and you got DJ Moore. So
I think
is that a top 10? I know on paper it looks like it, but will we have?
I'm gonna probably go back to my previous statement. If Caleb Williams throws for 3,000 yards this season, will definitely be one of the top 10 teams, top 10 offenses. There's no way. There's just too much talent. If he's actually making these completions to these guys who have really pretty much sure hands, then
I'm trying to say.
There's no way that there's going to be some struggles. There's going to be some rookie mistakes. You know, I'm fully prepared for that. There's going to be some wild interceptions probably by him on accident. Shit.
I'm prepared for like 5 games where this nigga throw 200 yards.
There's also going to be games where he just gets the fuck off because he just knows how to read certain defenses a little better. So until he can catch that curve, you know, there's going to be some ups and downs. There's probably going to be some game-breaking interceptions and shit, and I'm prepared, but there's going to be a lot of game-winning touchdowns too. You know, especially set up how the offense is going to be looking. You know, there's only a few cats that are coming into a similar situation. I think the Vikings QB is coming into maybe a similar situation with Justin Jefferson and Addison all over there, and that tight end that they got over there, that's a fucking dog.
T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah, so
we gotta see how you look coming back off an injury though. Yeah, see his injury.
True, but it's something about tight ends. His hands will never go. He might not react to the routes as well, but I don't think that takes away from actually his hands. I
think he'll be fine.
So, and then they got a pretty decent running back over there. So I think there's a few quarterbacks that are coming in similar situations, but I think he can make this work. And I think if he throws for 3,000 yards or better, will definitely be a top 10 offense.
Top 10 offense?
Man, I wanted to say no so bad. I really did. I wanted to say no so bad, thinking about our history and making that somehow pertain to our future. I wanted to say no so bad. But then I went through, I made a little list, man. I made a little list. Okay. I can't name 10 motherfucking offenses for sure that's going to be better than this offense. In my mind, I'm just thinking Chicago Bears. Nah,
Buccaneers.
How the hell can we, you know what I'm saying?
Buccaneers are coming into a second year. They made a playoff little dash. I wouldn't say a run. They made a playoff dash. They might could get better for the year. I think Kansas City, they got some more receivers or something that are pretty deadly, so they could be good.
Miami, Houston,
the Chargers.
Baltimore,
I think the Chargers offense will be better.
San Fran. I even got Detroit in there, Cincinnati. I want the Chargers to, first of all, I'm not going to pick them because I don't want to jinx them for shit this year. Not even in a simple conversation like this am I going to say their name. First of all. Second of all, I think John Harbaugh might slow it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And not try to air it out. I'm not exactly sure what he'll do. Yep.
And he got Blake Corum, which I think is a great pickup.
Yeah.
Running back out of Michigan.
Okay, I didn't know that. I just know he can.
Yeah, the thing about him is he's very strategic with his picks. I'm not gonna say that the Chargers are gonna be playoff bound next year, but not what they got going over in the AFC. Not what they got. There's just
the Chiefs in your own division.
Thank you. That's just what I'm saying. They got there's too many benefactors over there that can't let me say that because I know some teams are just looking a little bit better, i.e. the fucking Texans. Mm-hmm. All right. Texans, so I'm not gonna say nothing, but I can't say that they're for sure playoff bound, but they will look like a fully different team starting next year. They will look like a complete.
Team not going to the playoffs.
Their defense is stacked. Their defense is stacked to take them to the playoffs. But their offense, they've given up so many weapons on the offensive side. They picked up some weapons on the line, and they picked up that running back. But that's not enough to succeed in the AFC divisions over there. They're going to end up, what they're probably going to be doing is they're probably going to have a very good defensive year, but a very crummy offensive year, and they're probably going to be fizzling out and run the bottom so they can get some better drafts. So when they come back next year, the drafts they picked, they're going to get the weapon like a wide receiver or that other tight end that they're missing right now, and then build like that.
It's some teams that was in the playoff last year that's not going to be in the playoff this year. That's how it goes every year.
60% of teams that make it to the playoffs one year don't make it to the next.
Exactly. So guys like the Browns, I think, who made it last year. Somebody else we were just talking about, I forget those guys. Nah, it's going to be like the Bills. It's going to be like the Jets and like Cincinnati. It's because Cincinnati didn't make it. It's teams like the Jets, Cincinnati.
Don't forget about,
Jags,
Jags,
and the Chargers.
Jags, Chargers. Let's not forget about the Dolphins.
We keep bumping heads.
The Dolphins keep coming in and out this situation too. Remember, the Dolphins is that new team coming out this situation as well.
Yeah.
You know, everybody keeps sleeping about the Dolphins, but they keep on coming through with great years.
They're having an easy year.
Gonna be nasty.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, with all due respect, I just don't think that Charger team is going to be able to put enough together on the offensive side to like win some of those games, and they got to see a lot of good AFC teams. And you know what I'm saying? It's not like the NFC. The NFC, a couple teams you could slide, you could beat the Lions on a bad, and they could have a 10-1 record. You know what I'm saying? You can get it. You can get at them. You can get at a 12-2 Viking team. You can see them.
There's a lot of weak teams in the AFC too. Though.
But you not finna beat on an 8-8. You know what I'm saying? Miami team, if they're like, you understand what I'm saying? There's just a difference to that. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going to be rolling them like that. There's going to be a reason why they like that, especially over there.
I would say top 15 next year for sure. Top 10 is a bit much when you look at how the league has changed. It's just as much talent. I think Chicago will be a powerhouse offense after maybe year one.
You said just 10?
No, I said top 15.
Ooh, okay.
I said top 15.
Yeah, top 15.
Chicago will be a powerhouse offense, I think, after 1 year. It takes time. Detroit's been building that offense for about 3 years now. Dallas, Miami, Kansas City, San Francisco, Packers, Texans. I think it's just too much talent out there. I say Chicago needs to be patient. Rome wasn't built in a year, but it can be built in 1 to 2 years, barring injuries. And if everyone develops as planned, we could be a top 5 offense, I think, in the next 2 years, easily.
But the only reason I combat with that is because we literally watched one quarterback come in with the Panthers and light it up all season, but have a losing record. And then we watch another guy with just maybe equal to lesser, I would say about equal talent, but more on the defensive talent with the Texans come in and take them to the playoffs. Both rookies. So with that being said, it's kind of looking like if the defense can hold up.
Who lit it up? Who are you talking about?
Stroud.
No, you said Panther quarterback.
Panther quarterback, yeah. He came
about
I just can't think of his name. He lit it up. No. The one that just got
last year.
Yeah.
He was terrible.
No, he threw big yards.
No, he was terrible.
He just did the yards just didn't translate into wins.
No,
that's all that was because they have no talent.
He didn't throw for no yards. It was terrible though. He was. I'm being dead serious.
That's not being dead serious.
Anyways, if the defense can hold, I could definitely see. You know what I'm saying? Especially looking. I mean, if we just go off what the template the Texans look like in their division, and they was getting wins. It seems like, you know, if you can just make these completions, it could take you there. That's all I'm saying.
We're going to see what this gives.
We definitely going to see.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Like I say, I think it's definitely going to take time, man. Yeah, 2,800 yards, 11.
That's not terrible. Your first year,
11 touchdowns, 10 picks.
That's not super terrible, bro. Like but what I'm saying was you almost threw for 3,000 yards your first year.
Yeah, with the
as with the time that you got over there, you don't have no talent at the receiving core, and you
this
almost
shit
threw.
is built to throw for 3,000 a year now, though.
Not if you ain't got no talent.
It's all about.
You ain't got nobody to throw to. I'm just saying, this man, he did, but he had that. I couldn't tell you too many of their receivers was over there with the Panthers, and he almost threw for 3,000 yards.
Man, you can't touch these quarterbacks nowadays,
I mean,
man.
yeah,
They should be smacking niggas in the helmet with the motherfucking ball, man. I'm gonna keep it real.
Talking about that, you know they're gonna be wearing the little covers on the helmet probably in and out next year too. There's a cover that you can put over your helmet now. It's like look like a how would you call it? As like the things called like helmet covers, and they're gonna bring it in, introduce it this year for the NFL.
Yeah, that shit is wild. They like some, I don't know, they like some Mario Kart shit. Keep it sticking with the NFL. Name 3 draft picks you love and 3 picks you hated. Let's start with the picks you love. And number 3, Hendo, 1 draft pick you love this year.
One that I love, Kellen Williams going to the Bears. That was just the best pick we could have made.
How many games, just getting off topic just for a slight second, how many games you guys think it'll be before people say, okay, we made the right decision by letting Justin Fields go?
4 or 5 games into the season. And the 4 or 5 out of them 4 or 5 games, if they translate to like 3-2 or 4-1, then you gotta be like, well, listen, we had Justin for several years and we never started out like this. So I say
it's gonna be 2, 3. I mean, second or third quarter, and they got a further game. Motherfuckers gonna be like, this nigga's doing worse. This nigga is completing passes.
bro.
Just completed 3-4 passes in a row. Hold on, nigga. We wasn't looking like this.
3-4 passes in a row.
I'm trying to tell you, the second that line throwing 3-4 completions in a row. Oh, it's gonna be like, this is different.
No, B.I. If the first is like a DJ Moore juke and he run and that's a whole touchdown for bro, they be like, oh shit, nigga, we here. You ain't gonna tell me shit. I be like, nigga, we winning the Super. Hey,
if it's anything, is it?
You know what I'm saying? That's how that feel already.
Hey, I'm gonna give me like, nigga, it's over, nigga. We just going, man. Just give us some done.
You win this around town.
Man, where the Chiefs at? No. We ready for the Chiefs.
Chicago is so fucking ignorant. One move I love was who'd you say?
Oh God.
Who'd you say you love? Pick your love for number 3.
Oh, shit. The first one, I think I'm gonna say, what you call him? I say, Dunzy and shit.
Uno. That's what. That's what Caleb said. He said, "Oh man, we got Uno."
Yeah, man, I'm going.
We got Uno, y'all. She's like, "Who is Uno?" He's like, "Rome." He's like, "Uno, man."
But I was thinking about the line for us, man, but getting us another receiver, man, that's just a good look. So,
Roma Dooms.
Yes,
one pick I love was the 17th pick. Minnesota Vikings getting Dallas Turner, arguably the best edge in the draft, and a perfect replacement for Danielle Hunter.
Perfect.
Turner was arguably better in some games than Will Anderson Jr. To keep that in perspective, Will Anderson Jr. won defensive rookie of the year last year, and there were some games where Dallas Turner was absolutely the best player on that field. So I think to replace Danielle Hunter, that was a phenomenal pickup for that Minnesota team to get their possibly franchise quarterback to go along with their franchise edge rusher. The NFC is going to be tough. Number 2, Hendo, another pick that you loved.
The Chargers getting Joe out. That was a huge move. That was such a huge move.
Yeah, I thought they would. I thought they would trade back, but that's
I really did
crazy.
too. But dude is just a phenomenal end. And once you, like I always tell people, like
they
once you
put him on the right,
once you can,
that's crazy.
That's just what he does.
Because they already got
when you fucking around with that caliber of a coach, this is just what you start out. He knows exactly. Like when I tell people, you know your caliber of coaching and how they draft pieces. If their first couple of drafts, they picking guards, centers, tackles, and shit like that, you know exactly what they are. They finna run this motherfucking ball, and they finna throw this motherfucker. His pocket's finna be immaculate.
They're gonna make the playoffs. Because you have arguably the prettiest thrower of the ball. Man. They play action.
I'm trying to tell you.
With Herbert,
they're not making it this year. They missing talent. They just missing talent, bro. I'm not saying Herbert can't make the throws because I know he can. It's just there's no talent around that ball.
That play action.
He is the talent. It is going to be stupid. I do agree. He will have time to throw.
It was Matthew Stafford, and now it's this dude. He the one that the coaches come out and look at before the game just to see this nigga throw.
For real.
But yeah, I said Joe out. That was mine.
Number 2.
This nigga, man. Oh, alligator arm, man. I picked Joe out too, man.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. I was going to pick him first, but shit. I was like, man, ain't nobody thinking about the Chargers. No. But that's my squad, man. I fuck with them niggas because they got a lot of talent. You know what I'm saying?
They've always had a lot of talent. Really. Number 2 for me was 9th pick, the Chicago Bears. Taking Roma Dunze to pair with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. Yes, sir. Outside of the Chiefs, most good teams have multiple weapons. This on paper could be a steal. Rome can also help in the return and punts as well. I think that's another underrated thing people aren't looking at. And with the change, I think, in the punt return, why not? You know what I'm saying? Because he won't be on the field all the time. I mean, you could put him in more like you put Allen in the slot. But they're not going to run 3 receivers all the time. So having him, return some punts, I think that's a plus. That's another way he could be a weapon for us. So I think if Joe Alt was there, I wouldn't mind us taking a tackle with that 9th pick. But I think, why not, man? I think when you looking around the league, quarterbacks that are successful have multiple weapons. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. We saw what he did this year with having multiple weapons. So I think that's kind of the name of the game. Tua having multiple weapons, having Waddle and Hill. Right. So I think, I roll with Doomsday. Chicago is doing the right thing. We're thinking offense. I mean, of course, we're going to need, to stop some teams, but a lot of times it comes down to a shootout. So, and then one thing we can say on defense is we have a closer in Montez Sweat.
Yeah, we definitely got to score points late games. Yeah. That's how you win these games.
Yeah. But, Hendo, another move in the draft that you love, last one.
Miami getting Chop Robinson.
Chop.
Old Chop, man. Old Poke Chop, man.
Oh, wow.
When he got he said, man, don't call me Poke Chop no more. It's just Chop.
Just Chop.
Yeah. I like Big Chop, man. He just looked like he fit a Miami type of motherfuckers. Miami type of ball.
I like Chop. Who you got?
Oh, shit, man. He took my number one pick in Kayla, so I'm going to pick another nigga. I'm going to say Trotter going to Philly and shit just as his dad played there.
Yeah,
that's
wild.
sentimental story.
Like that.
I'll take Trotter.
For me, it was actually the 28th pick of the Chiefs. Xavier Worthy ran a 4.21. Tyreek Hill ran a 4.29. We seen what Andy Reid can do with the fastest man in the league. I think a perfect pick for both the team and the player. I felt like that was I felt like that
is an amazing pick for them.
Yeah,
that's really good.
I mean, like I say, we seen what he can do with somebody that fast and Tyreek Hill.
Man.
And then Worthy isn't just fast. He's a player.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Probably put him on punt return, kick return.
Yeah, probably that too. So that'll be fun to watch. Now, 3 picks that you hated. Hey, y'all out there, let us know, man. Picks that y'all hated as well, too, man.
Bring that list up. He had to clear his throat and bring his list up.
See.
Nah, man, I ain't gonna stop.
Hendo, you want to kick it off or want me to kick it off?
I'll kick it off. One that I hated off bat was Marvin Harrison Jr. going to the Cardinals.
Because you wanted to be Chicago.
Well, it's just... No, it's not only that, okay? I understand the Cardinals think they need offensive weapons, but if your quarterback is always having to scramble and run and he has to do and break all this, how much time do you think these men are going to break? I just don't think this offense is going to be set up for him to succeed. I want him to go to a different team regardless of the Bears or anybody the fuck else. But that team is not set up for him to succeed. One of the best receivers in the world had a weak-ass career over there. That's Larry Fitzgerald. He was great, but he had a very mediocre career as a Cardinal.
Very.
If he would have went anywhere else,
he had an Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, he did.
Because he's him.
But the team usually was trash, and he was the best player on a shitty team all the time.
Your point is well received over here. I'm sorry. That boy ain't going to get that ball over there.
He not gonna get
never gonna reach him.
He not gonna get the ball the way he wants, the way a better quarterback would get it to him.
I don't know why they would pick a wide receiver.
Right, and I just feel like in their situation, they probably need a running back or a lineman or some defense or just something to where your quarterback doesn't have to scramble for like 8 yards and always have to run back here.
And then,
when he plays and when he was at his healthiness, he was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league because he was always scrambling, running for his life. Every time I seen him, he had the defender within 4 or 5 feet of him. So I just don't think. I just don't think he translates well in that offense that they run over there, and it doesn't translate into wins when it does
not.
And when they do win games, they lose in big moments because they can't handle big moments. I seen them when they had a Grady over there, but as soon as they got in there, they got their ass busted quickly.
If them niggas ain't talking about trading Kyler Murray for
but they need defense,
quarterback or a motherfucking draft another quarterback next year or something, this pick don't even make sense.
Exactly.
Kyler ain't the guy to get him the ball, so he ain't throwing that ball on time. Marvin Harrison need somebody to throw that damn ball on time.
Right, somebody hit him with a dot.
Yeah, that's what he need. Have a dope career. I mean, he don't need that because he can be successful. He can catch the ball.
He has amazing hands. He just went to a real.
Thrown in traffic.
I just don't think it's going to work out for him type stuff. That's all. That's why I didn't think it was a good pick for them.
I'm big on Kyler, and I thought he looked really well once he came back after injury last year. I thought that was the perfect pick for them. I think one way to stop him from running around is to give him a legit receiver. I think we've seen what that can do for a team. For a quarterback having a number one.
And he had Hopkins.
Having a number one receiver. So I mean, but I don't know. I like that pick. One pick I did hate was the Patriots.
Drake May?
Taking Drake May. I feel that setting them up to fail that roster is probably easily the worst offensive roster in the league. Now it's not bad if he could sit behind Jacoby Brissett for a year, and possibly garner some more picks.
That's
is
not
the
gonna
best
happen.
option.
Did they just get 2 quarterbacks then? Didn't they? I thought they got to do
No,
two
you're talking
seasons.
about no.
No.
I thought
They
the
didn't.
Patriots got to.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where the fuck did he go?
the Patriots got Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, that's not gonna be long.
No, I'm talking about the draft. I thought the Patriots got that
Drake
from
May.
Tennessee. Miller or Milton or some shit.
Yeah, they did.
So the Patriots got that quarterback too?
Yeah.
They got 2 quarterbacks?
Yeah, they got 2. Yeah, that aspect. Yeah, they got 2 quarterbacks.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. But, I feel like Drake, you're pretty much setting him up for failure. For one, he's playing in cold weather. He's playing in the AFC. And then also you're looking at, he doesn't have any weapons at all. They have the worst offensive. No disrespect to all NFL players, but on paper, they have the worst skill position players on paper. Which is why, no, seriously.
They kind of been like that.
Which is why they were talking about them possibly trying to get Debo from San Fran, possibly for a pick. But I think that's dead. But I did not like that. I felt like the Patriots should have traded back, try to fill out their roster more. Then maybe next year, maybe go after a Shador or maybe another quarterback in the draft. I just felt like they have far too many holes, and to put a guy like Drake May, who already isn't polished, as a guy like Caleb or even Michael Penix, he does have, he's still a project. I just think you're kind of setting him up for failure on that roster with a brand new head coach and with an owner who we all know isn't terribly patient. And you're playing, in New England, they're going to want you to win right away. Yeah, somebody going to have to take it. And it seems like it's going to be the 6'4" white boy.
Man, who gonna win that?
But Hendo, another pick in the draft that you didn't like.
Oh, I ain't do mine. I have Bo Nix.
What?
Apparently he didn't have a first round grade.
No.
So why would he go with number 12?
Because he's accurate and he's on script. And
the
exactly
niggas
what
needed
Peyton
a
wants.
damn QB.
Yeah, and they needed a QB.
I heard he would have been there later.
Yeah, but they needed a QB. But you're not playing.
I'm telling you why. Because he's a Sean Payton type.
You think he would have been there later?
Possibly. I'm not. I don't know what other teams were drafting after that. I would have to look.
I personally think he would have been there later. But when you need a QB, you just go and get it. You just don't. You don't fuck around. You don't play because if somebody do fuck around and get him, then you kind of assed up because you had aspirations. So you go ahead and make that bid. You probably already scouted, talked to them. You know what I'm saying?
Then he also compares to Drew Brees.
I ain't mad at that. I thought that was decent.
If you want your guy, you get him.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you want your guy, you get him.
Who was another pick, Hendo, that you didn't like in the draft, that you hated?
Who did Packers pick up? No, because what it was.
They actually had a good draft.
It just sounded like he was hating.
No, it was like, I just thought they needed a center and they picked up a guard. Jordan Morgan. I think he was like a left tackle. I just think they needed a center. I say, figure if you, when you got a guy like Jordan Love in there and you go through like the older centers and stuff like that, you probably want to get a younger center in there that can get established with him early. The left and the right guards to me can be interchangeable because you can have so many guys flip around in that position. But a center, getting a true center, you'll always hear me talk about getting a real good center or at least drafting somebody who can come in there and take that place. That's a big deal sometimes. And I think that's the one thing that they're kind of missing over there because the center stops a lot of shit.
I personally thought that was a good pickup because they needed someone to replace Bakhtiari.
Yeah, but Bakhtiari, he was already in and out that lineup. They already had a decent replacement for me. I mean, I thought in my eyes the guy who was already there was a decent replacement, and he was already decent. Bakhtiari had sat so motherfucking long. Shit, last time we seen him play was the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. That's when the last time he actually played a full season. And then to be honest, he was in and out the rotation, then with injury, and then was injured again, then came in, got injured again, and then sat out some more and got injured again. So they were already without. So, to be honest, just keeping it a buck. But I thought they should have went and got a center. That was a good little lineman draft, and grabbing a center out there would have been crucial.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go second. Number 2 for me was Michael Penix going 8th to the Falcons. I just don't get it when they already have so many holes. I feel like on defense, I think they could have went defense in my opinion. You got Grady Jarrett there. You could have possibly went.
They need a motherfucking edge. They need somebody who's gonna get 15 sacks.
They
should have drafted anybody that could help them
with
get
Dallas
there.
Turner there.
I'm trying to tell you.
And a dome with that speed that he has.
Man, you gotta really, if Penix is your guy like that, I don't know why the fuck you paying dude $180 million.
That's the thing. You guaranteed him $90 million to be a bridge quarterback.
2 years, that's 180.
And then it's really fucked up because people not looking at Michael Penix's age. Like he's not 21 like Drake May.
Yeah,
so you're wasting. You're wasting.
Yeah.
A year or two of possibly his prime.
And
then Kirk Cousins is upset. And then it's even more fucked up because players like Kirk Cousins. Yeah. So now you putting Penix in a bad situation to possibly
What is it? Because you kind of sit behind somebody to learn the game. You're not rushing into a shitty situation. You're sitting behind somebody who can make good reads. And that's the one thing Kirk Cousins can do. He visually can see a defense and break it down. I don't give Dog a shit ton of credit, but when it comes down to finding people and breaking open routes and developing young receivers, Dog can do that. It's not bad to sit behind somebody like that. True. And then if something happens to him because he's coming back off an injury, because who knows if he's going to give you 100%, because he's probably one good, mind you, they are playing in a dome. Let them cleats slip up on your ass and this motherfucker will fuck his shit up again. I'm just...
All of that makes sense.
It makes sense to me.
What doesn't make sense is $180 million. Yeah. That is a lot of money you can be paying other people.
I agree.
That part don't make sense.
I agree.
I agree. $180 million.
And then you're wasting basically 2 years on Michael Penix.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So then you also going to look at. So now it's going to be a conundrum of who do we pay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that rookie contract 4 years, so you got 2 years to figure it out.
But you're going to go with the rookie. Unless this dude is like a bust, which I don't think he's going to be. So, but you going with the cheaper contract.
You can't go with the rookie, though, because you got to put the guy out there you paying all the money.
Who you have?
Immediately, yeah.
So what number is on for me? Or is that your 2?
I didn't say a second one yet.
Oh, shit, man. That's fucked up. You ain't going to say. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say it. I had that nigga on this, too. He's my number 1. I was about to say my number 2 and number 1 later.
Okay.
Very disappointed now.
What move that you hated in the draft? Number 1 move.
I ain't gonna lie, I had Michael Penix there too.
It's bad.
It makes sense to get him, but the one thing about this draft that was so important was the abundance of good receivers and O-linemen. Something the Falcons kind of could have benefited from. For instance, what if the Falcons get Joe out? What if the Falcons get a stud receiver that motherfucking Kirk Cousins can fucking throw to? That makes sense too, i.e. Justin Jefferson. Yeah. Who do you think was there the whole career of Justin Jefferson, who was breaking the league as a receiver, who was the number 1 receiver, and was Kirk Cousins throwing to him the whole fucking time as a rookie? So basically what I'm telling you is you go get you a good receiver, Kirk Cousins gonna make him a great receiver. Now now you have a team. That's a dynamic. Now you have a great receiver now, potentially, a good running back, Dejan, and you have a decent motherfucking quarterback who can get it done. That would have made more fucking sense.
That's what makes sense to me.
That's what it made sense.
I was just talking a little less in my crib just before you got him. He was watching a little bit of the draft and shit, and that's exactly what we said for them. They can use receivers. They got a tight end. They got a running back. You know what I'm saying? And what they didn't do was address the need to sack motherfuckers 15 fucking times. So if you ain't gonna do that, then what are you?
Need a receiver.
Falcons.
They got a one, and they picked up Mooney. Drake London is they one.
True, but if you go,
nice.
He is, but
Mooney nice.
No, Moody's decent. Moody's decent.
Yeah,
but if you go draft you a receiver, just like we got Keenan Allen, we got DJ Moore, and what the fuck we gonna do? Draft a receiver.
Yeah,
if you go get you a young receiver, then you can make him. And Kirk Cousins does a great job of making receivers when they can get open. He did a great job with Addison. He did a great job with Justin Jefferson. He just does good jobs. He can get the ball to these guys if you get open.
He just like to throw interceptions late in the game, but he can throw them
because he always want to throw deep. And
he's horrible. He's horrible in big moments.
He is terrible on Monday night,
any night,
Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night.
London, you can't do nothing with this.
Overseas, this nigga
can't. The number one move for me that I hated was Dallas Cowboys not taking Lloyd, running back out of USC. While not having a starting caliber running back on their roster.
They finna go get Zeke again.
And letting the Packers pick him up.
They finna go get Zeke.
I heard that.
They have, that's why they have no interest of looking like that. The Cowboys, I'm gonna tell you something about the Cowboys. The Cowboys is the most weirdest, most interesting organization in football. Because they do the most weirdest shit, but it's interesting. The fact that you would actually let Zeke go because he don't block and then interest the idea of bringing him back with the premise to do what?
Oh, he does block. That's not the problem. He's always been a great blocker.
But he's too little. You could be a good...
That's never been a problem with Zeke.
Anyway, it wasn't working one time, so why reintroduce it again with the same shit? It wasn't working. It's not going to work again. It worked with Pollard. It worked with these big backs. Like, get the idea. It works. Just look what Green Bay was doing with that big C.J. Dillon. Go find you a motherfucker like that. That shit works. That's what you need. You need a big dog up there. All this flipping into the side when your quarterback having bad days, that's not going to get you dubs. That shit look cool, but it don't get you dubs.
They need Aaron Jones. Shit. That's why they let that nigga love playing against them. Shit, they love playing for him.
That's exactly.
Keep him down there.
And guess who picked him up? The Vikings. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They quarterback coming into a good situation too. That JJ McCarthy, you got some studs up there. Good. Everybody looking at Caleb, but shit, he looking nice too over there. Shit, because Aaron Jones gonna bail you out, nigga, on some 4th and 5s, on some 4th and 6. Shit, dog gonna bail you out.
He catch out the backfield.
He gonna bail you out. Like I said,
number one move in the draft you hated, B.I.
It was Penix, but since I have to switch them, it's Purcell, what was his name? Some person, wide receiver. Purcell, a wide receiver.
Out of Florida, I believe.
Got picked number 31. Purcell. Yeah, Ricky, yeah.
Yep, going to San Fran.
Yeah,
San Francisco.
I mean, it ain't just the fact that he older. He like 24 or some shit, but I was just thinking, man, there's so many wide receivers at 31. I probably wouldn't have went that guy.
But you know, they having a problem at their wide receiver because Ayuk wants some more money, and it's gonna come down between Ayuk and then Deebo Samuel. So they're gonna have to pay one of them, and then so I knew they was gonna get a wide receiver.
Right. Well, I'm a guy who haven't seen a lot of tape. Do you think he worthy of jumping ahead? Was he their guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he their guy that you have to jump up to get?
Definitely, I think in their eyes, yes, because he was a big talent. Me, if I'm jumping up high. You know, it was a go high or go home. If I'm jumping up and then forget like Marvin or Neighbors or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm grabbing Uno or something like that. Yeah, but if in the situation they had, I think that was probably the better receiver they could have picked up. He'll work out for them. He can work out. His skill set will work out with them.
Okay. At 31.
Oh. Yeah,
I mean, shit, you're going to have for how long you want them? 4 years. You got 4 years, figure it out.
So many receivers, though. It's like, I don't know.
They finna get rid of one of them cats, boy.
Yeah, it seemed like he could have got a receiver later.
I feel that, but yeah, it was deep. But I mean, he said some of that talent was high for a reason. So
I like Isaiah Corley out of I think he's Western Carolina.
We gonna see. Like B.I. say, good words. We gonna see.
We gonna see. Yeah, on the real.
10 questions this week. Name 10 players who should have pulled an Eli Manning in the NFL draft. And number 10, who you got, Hendo?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh shit. Yeah.
The Texans pretty much fumbled that man's career. I would have tried to not go there because at that time I didn't think the Texans was a good organization. They had some good pieces, but as a whole, I don't really think they're a good organization. They could do a little better, that's all.
Number 10, who you got, B.I.?
Deion Sanders.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? He was a shit organization. It seemed like if he'd have played for any contender, he'd have made them better. Maybe he could have got a ring there before he left and went and got rings with the 49ers and motherfucking Dallas. And he could have been the first nigga with a ring from 3 teams. Instead of Von Miller.
I didn't think about that.
They're the only nigga in competition for that right now.
Number 10 for me, Justin Fields. I think when you look at that team and what they had,
he's on my list, so
had surrounded him by. Yeah, I think absolutely Justin Fields could have pulled an Eli Manning. He should have pulled an Eli Manning. Chicago did him dirty. I'll be the first to say that. As much as people think I hate Justin Fields, Chicago definitely they didn't put him in the best position.
You wanted him gone.
Yeah, day one.
You wanted him gone.
Episode 3.
I never thought he was what people thought he was.
Episode 3.
I wanted him to succeed, but
you want him gone.
I wanted him to succeed. I mean, but my eyes.
Did you want to succeed? Yeah, I believe verbatim your words were he won't be in the league.
My
soul. I said 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years.
Yeah,
he won't be in the league.
Okay. We should next time we put money on that. On that Chuck Shack guarantee.
5 to 6.
He got one step.
You think Russell Wilson gonna run him out of town?
Yeah, it's Russell Wilson.
Russell's gonna be changed. He gonna be looking at Russell 2.0 over there.
Man.
Russell be starting. Russell
gonna start.
With a hard hat on.
He not gonna end.
And a sludge hammer after every win or some shit.
Okay.
Steel Town, let's go.
Steel Town.
Oh shit.
Justin gonna be back there.
Him and Mike Tomlin gonna get into a fist fight. Russ gonna lose. He gonna leave.
No,
he gonna get traded to the Dolphins. Back up to
He
finna back up to it next year.
Are you having a bad day, Mikey?
Mike Tomlin
That's why he gonna win.
Mike Tomlin finna cuss that nigga out.
Day. Somebody gonna be in cussing this nigga on the wrong day. He gonna be in argue with his bitch at the crib. He finna knuckle somebody down. They'll be damn.
I can't
believe
Russell
Pete,
boy.
That nigga though.
That's what Mike gonna be telling me. I ain't like Pete, boy. I ain't like Pete, boy. You gonna run them laps.
They need to go ahead and give him his Justin too, man. If they give him Heisman Trophy back.
At number 9, who you got, Hendo?
Saquon Barkley, man. I would have never went to the Giants. I would have held out forever.
Oh, shit. On top of the dome. Willie fucking Galt, man. He actually on the list. I just remember that shit.
Oh, wow. Play for the Bears.
Yeah. Willie Galt, fast as a bitch, man. He played for a team that wasn't gonna never throw the ball, though. I don't know what they was doing, but they was not throwing the ball deep, nigga.
Willie Galt.
Waste of time.
I mean, to be fair, he had one route, and that was 9.
He said he had one route. I'm done. Yeah.
9. Go.
I believe that's all they ran with him.
That's
like
true,
we don't really know who his real potential.
It wasn't no curls or none of that shit.
They wasn't doing none of that shit.
Number 9 for me, Matt Stafford. They wasted a lot
man,
of
I hate to say he on my list too, man.
He'll probably, if he's not a Hall of Famer, he'll be definitely Hall of Very Good. But I love Matt Stafford coming out of Georgia. His arm talent is super elite. Number 9 for me was Matt Stafford. Number 8, Lindo. Player that should have pulled an Eli Manning in the draft.
J.J. Watt.
The Texans.
Every nigga from that team.
If J.J. Watt goes to any other team, and I can literally name any other team, he probably wins. I can literally name any other team, and he probably gets a ring, man. More than likely gets a ring. Unless it's the Browns or the Jets. But other than them, yeah.
Okay. Who you got B.I. number 8?
I got Barry Sanders. That was a complete waste of all of his time being there. And I feel like we can just pick star players off the Detroit Lions and the damn Texans.
Don't even get me started, my guy. Don't even get me started.
They just wasting people's time. The Cleveland Browns have wasted a couple motherfuckers' time. Just a couple. But
I got more. I got more.
Yeah,
the list is just going.
Vast. It's a vast list.
This is all off the top. I knew this list was off back, bro. I could count this down easily.
Yeah, that's great.
This is easy for me.
Number 8, who you got?
8? Shit, like, I just picked one, right?
Oh, did you?
Would you pick 9?
You picked 9, though.
I said Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, 8?
Yeah.
Shit, man. I'm going to go Dan Marino.
Okay. I like that.
I'm going to go Dan.
Number 8 for me,
defense.
it's probably a little surprising to some people. Sam Darnold. If you actually look at Sam Darnold,
nice, really.
Coming out of USC, he was looked at as some, I wouldn't say generational, but he was almost looked at as a can't miss prospect. And then you look at his highlights, and it's like, what the fuck happened? But then when you look at that team, I was looking at the roster. He got drafted. The best wide receiver was Robbie Chosen. I can't remember. He changed his last name to Chosen. But
I remember
that was their best wide. That was
Yeah.
Nah, I never heard of him.
Yeah, I can't remember what his first name. He had like 1 or 2 good years. I want to say with Carolina, where he was decent. But that was his one, and I just felt like that Jets team never, set him up to succeed. When you look at Sam Darnold, just pure arm talent. I feel like if he would have went somewhere else, he could probably still be starting the league. I mean, he's starting right now, but that's more as a bridge quarterback. But I think he could have been somebody franchise quarterback with the right coaching and right rosters around him. Number 7, Hendo.
Adrian Peterson.
Ooh.
He goes to any other team. He goes.
That's a great pick.
I'm gonna go Tomlin, man, from the Chargers.
Really?
LT. Yeah, Drew Brees, they got rid of him, and I can't stand motherfucking Rivers. So yeah, they set him up for failure. And if you went somewhere else, you had a better shot.
Okay.
I like that. I really do.
At number 7, I had to go with RG3.
Oh,
I hate the way they did
that's
him.
funny.
I
didn't want to be the one to say it.
That's arguable.
See, and that's why I didn't even want to say it.
That's arguable with me. But yeah, I do feel it though. I feel it, but it was the system they ran that he ran similar to. So they did do him dirty. I don't disagree, but it's arguable with him. He would have had, to me, like a Teddy Bridgewater like career.
RG3 was nice.
So was Teddy Bridgewater. Shit. So was Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, but they was different type of quarterbacks though.
They were similar. They get out the pocket and they go scramble and they throw.
Teddy was a pocket quarterback.
Shit, but he can get out that pocket if he needed to and get. That was one of Teddy's biggest advantages though. He get little on your ass.
That's a difference in getting out the pocket and being a scrambling quarterback. Caleb can get out the pocket and run. Anthony Richardson is a scrambling quarterback. That's all I'm saying. They're 2 different type of quarterbacks. I feel like RG3, where he got Rick Edio and Andrew.
Yeah.
He was nice, bro.
He was
nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Shit.
Number 6, Hendo. Player that should have pulled an Eli Manning in the draft.
Calvin Johnson.
Every Detroit.
Absolutely.
Every Detroit Lion, dog.
Absolutely.
I feel so sorry for that organization.
Oh, I got more. I told you, this list was easy for me. I can just go down. I got
number 6.
Yeah, there's a lot of niggas, dog.
It's
Shit.
so
Priest
many,
Holmes, nigga. Priest Holmes.
See, I don't know if that was a waste though, man, because it wasn't like they wasn't winning. They just
Kansas City was always good.
it wasn't like they wasn't winning though. They was over there moving. It was injuries.
I want to say Sean Alexander. Problem is they made it far that one year. When they get to the Super Bowl and lost.
Yeah, no, they got bumped in the playoffs heavy. It was like the NFC Championship.
Well, those are 2 considerable guys, and Justin Fields is one of the picks. So I'm gonna go Justin right now.
Okay.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And number 6 for me, I was watching this guy. I believe come out of a small college. I love this game. Byron Leftwich.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like he should have pulled the Eli Manning going to that Jacksonville team. They really didn't put anything around him, and his size. He did get hurt a lot too, so I guess that was one thing. But they really didn't put much around him. But I would have loved to see what he would have did on a good team. He was a pure pocket quarterback, but he was huge with a cannon for an arm. I always felt like Byron Leftwich could have been a Hall of Fame type player if he would have been with the right system and the right team. Definitely a good offensive line. I think he needed that because he was a statue back then.
He was hurt right the first time I seen him and shit.
Yeah.
In college, you know what I'm saying? That was a memorable ass highlight. The one was carrying his ass downfield and shit. Some motherfucking throw some more and shit. Like, damn, he do a bomb.
Yeah,
He
he broke him
too.
again,
He ran
huh?
his ass all the way downfield and shit.
Yeah. Number 5, Hendo, who you got?
LaDainian Thompson. LT, the Chargers, man.
Okay.
I feel like I'm not taking nothing away from that Chargers team, but I feel like you put LaDainian just either on a different team, just in a different division, and he's doing what he was doing over there, but double the time.
That team could not win in November. And back then, that team could not win in fucking November.
It's like Miami now.
Yeah.
Once it started to get cold, Miami can't do shit.
Some bullshit.
I won't forget. Who'd you go with, B.I.? Number 5.
For 5, up until now, hopefully this should change next season. Up until right now, motherfucking Herbert, man, with the motherfucking Chargers. I wish that nigga just got drafted somewhere else, man, because his whole career has been underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? There's been a few games that, in my mind, is legendary. Really showed what he could do. You know what I'm saying? He gets top tier talent, shit like that. But like, nah, bro, that team, they were a disaster. You know what I'm saying? Now we gonna see going forward, and I'll be happy that he was here. You know what I'm saying? But my answer right now, Herbert.
Herbert, okay.
Yes, sir.
I went with a little old school, man. I like this game coming out of college. Andre Ware.
Ooh,
going
shit.
to the Lions.
Okay.
I felt like it definitely set him up for failure. It was Detroit. And they said they didn't put anything around that kid.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Number 4, Hendo.
The Dominican Suit.
Oh, shit.
The Lions wasted his time. He goes to any contending team at that time, they win in rings. He was a defensive goblin. You put him on anybody else's line other than the Lions at that time when he was in his prime, you getting some penalties.
He did help that Tampa Bay team.
Man, as soon as he got there, he was instant.
Yeah, that was old.
He was an instant. Then he went over to the Eagles too. Don't forget that. He went over to the Eagles, I believe, for a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah.
I'm just saying he is an impact anywhere he goes, even at an old age. And I just feel like, even though he was a little, raw, but imagine him with the Giants at that time. Massive.
You got a photographic memory too.
Massive. Imagine. I'm just saying.
I like that pick. That's a great
tough.
pick. Who you got? Number 4.
Number
That's
4.
a great fucking
I got
pick, bro.
Thurman Thomas.
Really?
Yeah, Thurman Thomas, dog. I mean, they had a success. I mean, they made it to Super Bowls, and the team was dope. They were winning, so it's hard to say.
He won MVP too.
Thurman Thomas?
Yeah. He won MVP.
When he lost? Oh, of the league, yeah.
Yeah, of the league, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that team was set up to win. They got a lot of wins, so it's hard for me to be like, I wish he got drafted somewhere else, because normally you think the team is a loser. But I feel like on just another contender, he could have been what they needed to actually win. You know what I'm saying? But he was stuck there, drafted there. And that I feel bad for him because they kept fucking losing. You know what I'm saying? So I do wish that he was drafted somewhere else that, was another legit contender besides those perennial losers. That's what they were.
God damn. Number 4 for me.
Hit.
I actually
How you
went
win
with,
that much and lose that much? Come on, man.
I went with Cam Newton. At number 4.
I kind of feel that.
I thought about that.
Cam, I think, coming out of college, he had so much pull. He had so much.
That's questionable too because they made it to the Super Bowl, so it's like it's kind of the same argument.
They did,
but it's like no.
But they made it to the Super Bowl Yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl the same way Chicago made it to the Super Bowl with that Brian Urlacher team. That was a dream season.
I'm glad you
when
said
you
that.
when you look at that Carolina team,
Nah.
they were nobody on that team was a one receiver. The only player that they really had,
Rex Grossman, that was his name.
Yeah, Rex Grossman. Yeah,
Rex
but the only really
Grossman.
outstanding wide receiver that they had was who we had got from Chicago, Olsen.
Yep.
That was
Greg
his
Olsen.
That was his best wide receiver.
Because Greg Olsen was solid across the board.
Yeah,
I
he
just
was.
punched that GM in his mouth for trading that motherfucker. Cause
Yeah. But I mean, but that Carolina team, I would like to see
dickhead move. I'm glad he gone.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Cam with a better organization and a better team. I mean, somewhere that would have still let Cam be Cam, but maybe with, you know what I'm saying, putting better weapons around him. Because a lot of people forget Cam threw for 4,000 yards his rookie year.
Right out the gate.
Never did it again.
That's cool though.
But he did throw for 4,000 his rookie year. So
shit, why you have to mention that?
Yeah, I gotta go Cam. Excuse me. Yeah. Number 3, Hendo. Who you got?
Who was the person Atlanta got last year? Bijan Robinson.
Bijan
Robinson.
Yeah. I was very sad that he went there because I like dude.
I like dude. I feel like him and Marvin Harrison Jr. are going to have similar careers because they're going to be sitting here in a situation that's going to be a very tough situation.
Yeah.
Although I feel like the situation got better for Bijan Robinson, I didn't see any improvements on that line that was atrocious last year. That was getting Ritter.
They quarterback.
They have a great offensive line.
Yeah,
bro.
but
their offensive line is phenomenal.
I know dude did have a decent year last year though. Right?
When I was looking,
Ritter is terrible. No offense.
I didn't see I didn't see nothing. Like I said, I would have liked to see him a little bit more booming up there, but that's what I put up there.
He should have went to
I just don't know if that's going to work out over there for him. I really wanted to see him go somewhere else. That's all.
This is how GMs be lacking.
They were already but last year they were already having troubles on the clock he was getting and whatnot. And when he was showing up, he was having an on and off type games where certain games he was looking good and other games he was looking so-so or not too good. Where I feel like that's just a bad situation because sometimes what I explained with the Bears line that one year where we were taking sacks, but they kept saying that our line on the PFF grading was good. Well, sometimes where I tell people we were good for run blocking, not pass protection.
Right.
Now I feel like their pass protection is good, but they run blocking is a little sus. That's all.
They're ranked 4th, bro. By PFF. They have an outstanding.
True. And what was their record?
Okay. That's going to be real good for Kirk Cousins.
I'm not sure.
Right.
I know Kirk Cousins.
And I believe they was last in their division, regardless of what we're going to look at. That's what I'm saying. So it can look good like that, running those plays, but the results wasn't getting what you want to see. That's why I say sometimes some PFFs can be a misleading thing. Because at one time it said the Bears had a number 1 line, but yet we was taking motherfucking the second most sacks in the league.
No, PFFF is strictly just dealing with the offensive line. It doesn't equate to
and I get it, but what I'm saying is
I'm just simply saying
what I'm getting is the line can look good because on runs and stuff like that it looks good, which gives us points in the PFF ranking. That's when you look at the PFF ranking, how it gets pulled, it gets points off certain things, off pass protection and run blocking. We were good for run blocking because Justin Fields in our running game was looking amazing because he'd take off and he was getting 79 yards and 80 yards and 50 yards a run like that, which looks good because it's a run. So we were doing good pushing forward. We weren't doing good as a line pulling back because there was gaps when we were leaving sacks. And he was running out because he didn't have time and he was running out. Mind you, the reason he had happy feet because he kept getting hit all the goddamn time and he took an injury off that shit. I'm just saying. It can be misleading. That's all I'm saying.
That's a good pick. I wish you didn't go to that motherfucker neither.
Bijan had a good year. He almost had 1,000 yards.
I like the Falcons though. You know what I'm saying? I lived down there 3 times. I lived down there 3 times.
Yeah.
I love Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
I've never been.
I still got family down there. My sister down there. I got twin niece and nephews down there. But yeah, man. Nah, I ain't want to go there. It just feels like a waste. You know what I'm saying? Now they got Penix. We feel like we own something maybe, but I don't know. At the time he got drafted, I'm like, oh no. They drafted a motherfucking tight end the year before with no quarterback. And then they got a running back. You know what I'm saying? Then they run this nigga Ritter out here. Come on, man. You never heard of him.
I just feel like they're wasting some of his key moments. That's all.
That's a good pick for this list, though. I ain't want him to go there.
I like Atlanta, man. I like what they're doing down there. They're building up their skill.
I like it now. I think spending that money on that quarterback while getting a quarterback is stupid. But on the field, I love the way it looked. Like, I play with him on Madden and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with him.
Yeah.
On the real.
So who do you have for number 3?
Shit, number 3. I got Bruce Smith, man. Another motherfucking Buffalo bitch. I feel bad for them niggas. Some of the best niggas on the team. Them two niggas deserve a ring.
He does.
Them two niggas deserve a ring.
He does deserve a ring.
Flat out.
I went with David Carr.
Who?
David Carr, Houston Texans.
Oh shit, yo.
They did that boy dirty. They did him dirty. I think he had 50 sacks like his first 2-3 years in the league. Where they say you start seeing ghosts after getting hit so many times. It was like that was hard to watch. People forget how good David Carr was. He was number 1 pick. He was their first pick all time. So that was my number 3. I had to go with David Carr, man. Number 2, who would you have to go with?
Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders being my number 2.
Bruh.
Just because I know what he did just for the franchise and what he had to endure to win and all that type stuff. So
Second best player was probably Herman Moore the whole time he played.
Like I said, man, I just know how he worked and still established. So, Barry Sanders at least got to go number 2 on my list, man.
Yep. He should be on everybody's fucking list.
The crazy part is as many yards as he has rushing the ball. I think he has over like 1,000 yards where he's lost behind scrimmage. Just because the offensive line was so fucking bad.
The dance.
Like, that was crazy, man. You talk about somebody being an entire offense. He was their entire offense for years. I never could understand why you couldn't put anything over. Now, Herman Moore was really good, but I never understood why they could never put more around Barry Sanders. So that's a great pick. At number 2, who you got, Bia?
Shit. Who should have pulled the Eli Manning?
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn Peyton Manning. That's who the fuck should have pulled the goddamn Eli motherfucking Manning. Goddamn Indianapolis Colts. Couldn't stand these niggas. The only reason I fucked with these niggas is because he was on the team. I wasn't no goddamn Colts fan. I was never a goddamn Colts fan. I fucked with these niggas because of him and wouldn't put nobody else on the damn team to help this boy out. It took these niggas 10 years to get Freeney.
Oh, wow.
And Bob Sanders took another couple more years. Like, come on, man. This is who you needed the whole time. Edwin James, okay, we need you. We need motherfucking Freeney, and we need Bob Sanders, nigga.
Bob Sanders.
Nice, everybody else, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? But that's who niggas needed. And, of course, Dallas Clark and Marvin Harrison Sr. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to forget that. But, like, dude, what the fuck, some defense? They didn't give a fuck about this man. But I don't know how motherfucking long. And then at the end, they kicked this nigga out the goddamn back door at the end of that shit like he was nothing. The second there was any bit of, like, nigga, this nigga just threw for 5,000 yards and 50 goddamn touchdowns on you niggas. They ain't killing niggas. Your neck hurt? Your neck hurt? Well, you know what? It's a nigga in the draft. We ain't gotta worry about what, for real? Cause how long did Andrew Luck last, nigga? How long did this nigga? Cause I know Peyton Manning was still over there in Denver winning Super Bowls and going to Super Bowls and shit, while motherfucker Andrew Luck was over here getting his ass popped up and soon to retire. Oh, motherfuckers, man, get y'all ass up out of here. I wish he never went to that weak ass place who never gave a damn about him in the first place. Then kicked his ass out the back door towards the end of the shit. Man, fuck the Colts.
I feel that. At number 2, I went with Dan Marino. I feel like they never put anything around him.
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, they came out in the same class too.
Right?
I don't know who good. No, I think
Jim Kelly.
If you gonna, no, Miami's gonna get him, dog. Dan Marino was the dude coming out of that draft. It was him and John Elway. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Jim Kelly was, you know what I'm saying, whatever too, and there was somebody else, the fourth one. They ended up being all of that. That was the 84 draft.
Yeah, but I felt like Dan Marino should have definitely pulled. They never put any star wide receivers around him.
I'm trying to tell you, if this dude had Kenny Lofton,
Oh, yeah, he has. Yeah,
Don Beebe and motherfucking Reed.
Now Kenny Lawson.
That's who he was
decent.
throwing the. That's who Jim Kelly was throwing the ball to. If Dan Marino had that,
Yeah.
and Thurman Thomas behind him,
Yeah, imagine. That would have been crazy.
man.
Hendo, number one player that should have pulled up Eli Manning in the draft, NFL draft.
Matt Stafford.
I like that.
Matt Stafford by far. Because as soon as Matt Stafford leaves, he wins. And that's crazy to me. As soon as he leaves, and he done been here he was there for what, 13, 12 seasons or something over there, something like that. As soon as he leaves, he wins a Super Bowl. As soon as
McVay had a lot to do with that.
I get it. But the team was already set up for success.
Oh yeah.
Jared Goff just couldn't make the certain type of throws they needed to be successful.
Yeah.
Now he was able to make certain throws, but in key moments, he was fucking up. He was fucking up in good moments. That's all it is. When they needed him to throw the ball deep and do that shit, he would overthink it and fuck up. Just kind of what he does now a little bit. He's successful, but sometimes he overthinks. That's why he's hard to get over big moments sometimes. You'll see it throughout his career. He's a great quarterback. He just has the big moment hump. He just has to prove it to himself in them big moments a little bit. But as soon as Matt Stafford gets over there, he's successful.
Yeah.
As soon as you interject him into that system, I know the coach had a lot to do with it, but this man had been over here doing with all these coaches, all these guys had all these weapons, Megatron. There wasn't no Megatron over there. They had Cooper Cup. You know what I'm saying? Who ended up, I think he got a triple crown that year. That was a triple crown year for him. Nigga,
I'm about to say,
as soon as you get there, this nigga get a triple crown. Like, come on, man. As soon as he get there, not a couple years into it. No, nigga here, back. It's the difference. Then they get Odell Beckham. Yeah. I'm just saying, dog.
Von Miller would help too.
And I just don't know. It immaculately helped, but I just don't know if at that prime, if that receiving core was better than what he had over at Detroit, but they won. That's the whole thing. I don't think because Megatron alone is killing a lot of them niggas' records already off bat. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get no triple crown, but he killing niggas' records off that. They didn't have no big receiver like that, but he took some guys that were decent and good and could be great and made them like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't know, I feel like the receiving core at their best, that Rams wasn't better than what the Lions had at receiving core at their best. And they still won with that. I'm not saying it was lesser, but it was really the immaculate defense that won. But I put Matt Stafford up there, man.
I like that.
Okay.
Number one player that should have pulled Eli Manning.
No matter how much I want to say this person's name, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say it. But I ain't going to say it as my number one answer. But I got to say Walter Payton. And the reason why I can't say Walter Payton is because he played for the Bears. Wow. So I want to see all that on our side. I want his highlights to be in Bear uniform. So I'm glad he came. So that's why that's not the answer. But I'm salty because they ran him in the ground. For the 85, this nigga was already old. He already played good 8 years already as a running back in this league, taking the pounding. That's a long time. Playing his style of ball. Initiating the motherfucking pain. Look, man, they waste a lot of time putting the right team around this motherfucker. Then they got rid of every damn body right after that shit. And during the Super Bowl, after they ran him to death his whole damn career, ran him into brick walls, they didn't even get his ass the ball while they was up 1 million points. They didn't even get a goddamn touchdown.
Right.
Yeah, that's real.
That's why I want to put him on the list, but I can't. It's D-Hop. It's D-Hop.
He was really on my list, too.
If a nigga can go through a season with, I forget if it was 0 drops or 1 drop. He had a season like that where he dropped either 0 balls or 1 ball the whole year and played with the Texans. That's a complete waste. You got to throw the ball. If a nigga ain't dropping the ball around me in 3-4 games and on the quarterback, I'm about to throw some reckless shit to this nigga. Not like that, like I'm trying to fuck up his record, but I'm gonna keep trying to throw good darts to this nigga to see how many times he can do this.
Right.
It's like a heat check. Yeah. This is crazy, nigga. We gotta see how long they can go for.
And he did it with multiple quarterbacks.
And we seen what guys like Aaron Rodgers could do with like Jordy Nelson's. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if it's like, if we take a Jordan Nelson and he goes to like the Texans, and we send Hopkins to the Packers, and it's Hopkins, and man, you over there breaking money, you shattering records.
Yeah, you shattering shit.
You shattering records. You let somebody. You understand what I'm saying?
Because I got a lot of love for James Jones.
But you let it. But listen, hear me out on this though. You fuck around.
They not D Hop.
You fuck around. You let D Hop fuck around. Go to the Saints at this time. He linking with Drew Brees.
Yeah, right.
Like this is crazy. Like he goes to any one of these teams.
Drew Brees has been through for damn near 6,000 yards. He over there throwing for 5,000.
Right.
Without him. You know what I'm saying?
But you let this weapon, you let a guy like
this
this slip over there or something like that. This is going nuts.
Man.
Number one for me, I had to go with Andrew Luck.
Ooh.
I hate the way they did Andrew Luck.
No offensive line.
No offensive line whatsoever. You're talking about a true generational talent.
Yeah, he was a trooper.
Played maybe 6-7 years, and people arguably say he should still be in the Hall of Fame.
He should have known they didn't care. Them niggas let Peyton Manning walk.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I feel like they did Andrew Luck wrong. He should have been a top 5 all-time quarterback just from talent alone. Super tough, great kid, super smart. All his teammates loved him. I feel like they definitely did him dirty. If anybody should have pulled an Eli Manning, it should have been that kid.
Yeah, when you include the injuries and shit that he, you know what I'm saying, underwent, and it's because of
horrible ownership. Horrible ownership.
The ownership, Irsay.
Yeah,
his name.
Jim Irsay.
Yeah.
So
him and the owner of New York Knicks, those dudes are more involved with trying to be some fucking B-list celebrity.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't get off the fucking way.
Quarterback.
Yeah, you ain't even actually a player or a participant in getting wins.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, you let all of them do their fucking job. Jerry Jones. Yeah. But same point in time though, motherfuckers just be in the way. They don't see that they be in the way.
And
whether it's harmless or not.
And you can actually be a part of the team. Robert Kraft is in every meeting, but he doesn't interject in the meeting.
Yeah.
It's his fucking team. He sits in the
Jerry
meeting.
Jones.
Right, but that's the difference though.
Yeah,
Jerry's gonna interject.
Yeah.
Now I think CD should be getting that ball.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Rob ain't gonna
advice.
say shit. You know what I'm saying? He might say something to the coaches later, but when it comes to sitting in meet, Rob ain't gonna say nothing. He gonna sit his, you gonna sit down.
Yeah.
But I think it's about that time. Tell these people what time it is.
Oh shit, man! Trade yourself, man.
Trade yourself. This is how we end every episode, man. It's basically a nice way of telling somebody "fuck you." It can be, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to say your kid, but it can work your nerves sometimes. Your husband, you know what I'm saying. Your coworker, you ain't gotta cuss them out. You just need to look at them straight in the face and say, "You want to know what, you sir, ma'am, you need to trade yourself." Let's just look at the perplexed look on their face. But we normally try to keep it with Matt Malone, you know what I'm saying? Brett Favre, the welfare queen. We try to keep it with sports figures, but it don't always have to be. Diddy done made the list a few times. So, hey, this week, B.I., who need to trade themselves?
One more again, I'm going to go in the direction of the people who don't watch the games, but got negative shit to say about the players. It's a lot of gossip like they be having around the game. That's like, in my opinion, hyperbole. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when I hear LeBron James is on steroids, when I hear,
oh my God,
you know what I'm saying? It's just so many things that like when you turn on the game, you can't even watch the game because there go these storylines being ran off behind you and shit. And it's like, first of all, I heard this shit before. Second of all, this is very hyperbolous. Mm-hmm. The comments you are indulging in. And third, nigga, I'm trying to watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to find a different venue to, support this type of a different platform or something if you want to do that, because like get a a podcast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where you do the gossip or something. You know what I'm saying? But like some dudes actually just care about the X's and O's and who winning and losing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff like that. So like I don't know, man, leave that up to the professionals. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel about it.
I like that. B.I., we need to say that we need to trade themselves. Big hit those.
Shit, he doubled down.
Get all these niggas. I got some other niggas.
I'm looking down, my fault. Who need to
Four
trade
niggas
this up,
gonna
bro?
bring more
Hit the wrong button.
Phoenix Suns GM. You trade yourself. You possibly assembled the highest paid, shittiest roster known to man. It's literally between you and whoever was owning the Knicks when Steve Nash was coaching.
This makes no sense.
This roster literally makes no motherfucking sense. And then who you have coaching it makes even more no fucking sense. None of this shit makes sense.
Nah.
You ain't got a defender inside, but you got a defensive head coach.
Shit.
You got guys that just want to motherfucking shoot the ball and run no offense. You guys have a short wingspan of actually having the ball in hand because one guy wants to run ISO. And that's how you work. So if this isn't Devin Booker shooting the ball, it's KD shooting the ball. Now you have Bradley Beal trying to find his way because now he has to live up to it. And now he coming in rotation. He ain't played nothing but fucking 18 games.
18 minutes.
It's just crazy. I just don't know how you expected this roster to be successful. This is one of the shittiest rosters like they ever pan out. It looked good on paper. Like this is a great 2K team. But like when you actually watch this team play, it's trash. They have no depth. They have no picks. They can't get no better. It's either two people probably gonna get traded because it's definitely not gonna be fucking Booker. So that means KD or Bill. And I'm sorry, I'm trading KD and fucking Bill. I'm putting the power back in motherfucking Booker hand. I'm getting some bridge pieces over here, and I'm getting some niggas that play defense, and I'm strengthening up this goddamn bench. I'm sick of losing like this. There's no reason they have all these motherfuckers over here losing. KD, go to the East. Let this nigga go to the fucking Knicks or something. See if y'all can get motherfucking Brunson or some shit. This is not working. See if y'all can get like Brunson and Julius Randle in a 3-way trade, because y'all ain't got shit. Y'all look trash. And you know what's going to be happening? KD going to end up walking. Bill going to end up walking. Booker be like, fuck, ain't nobody here. We not winning. He going to end up walking. And y'all going to be trash. Not bad, trash. Y'all ain't got no picks. You can't do shit. You stagnant. You going to be free agency bound, nigga. You going to be picking up Westbrook at 42. This nigga, he gonna be your leading player, still get a triple-double. Y'all, man, trade yourself, man. Y'all dug a hole that you cannot get out of, and water's filling in it.
Good. I think for me, I would have to go all the Caleb haters. You got a lot of people out there saying, I had one guy tell me today that he didn't do anything in college and how he had a losing record against winning teams and this and that. And no matter how much you try to, me personally, I don't really judge a winning record for players off college. I think when you look at a lot of the players around the league, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, I think Lamar had a winning record, but he came from a lower program in Louisville. So I more or less look at players' traits and how I feel like they're going to translate to the next level. I think that's a lot of what the draft is. Touchdown to interception ratio. Yeah. One thing about Caleb that I loved was his red zone. I think he had threw, it was a crazy stat, like 40-something touchdowns with like one interception in the red zone. He does not turn the ball over. He fumbles, but that's something that can definitely be cleaned up. But as far as actually turning the ball over, what does it say up there? Is it 90? Oh, we got these too, man. If y'all want them, man, we got the Caleb Williams sweatshirts, man. Got his stats on the back and all that. Was that 93 touchdowns, 14 INTs? So, man, inbox me. We got the Caleb Williams #1 draft pick. We got the Caleb Williams #1 draft pick, sweatshirts, T-shirts, whatever color, whatever size. Inbox me if you're interested, which I know you are. But, yeah, man, I got to go with the Caleb haters, man. Let the kid do his thing. He's going to have some struggles. He's not great, but like all the whole the pain in the nails and this and that, ain't got shit to do with what he does on the football field. And I think what he does on the football field has been.
This nigga Carr put mascara around his eyes and he still be throwing dots. I don't mean shit.
Yeah, I care less.
I'm just saying, his eyes be black.
Yeah, I care less. As long as he out there throwing darts,
right.
Man, shit, do your thing. But one more thing, man. We got to give a shout out to King KO Car Wash, man. If you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, King KO Car Wash over on La Crosse Street. They're doing great work. It's been nice out. Go get the car washed, the detail, as well as it's Saturday nights. Download the app, bump that radio. It's nice outside. Maybe we'll sit outside, you know what I'm saying, with a cocktail, you know, a fire possibly. Download the app, bump that radio, man. Support our brother Detroit Manuel, trying to bring radio back like how it used to be, as well as it's Saturday, man. So, hey, it might be a little late, not open now, but, man, you want to, you know, get fresh for next weekend, go check out A Breath of Fresh over on the La Crosse Jackson Street Plaza. Our brother Focus over there, all the retro kicks, clothing. If you need shoes restored, he does that. Also, JV on 7th and King. 5th and King, excuse me. Check them out, man. Also, exclusive clicks, The Closet. You can Google. You don't have to go to eBay anymore if you're in the La Crosse area. You don't got to go to the cities to get the fresh kicks. Man, shop local, shop black owned. Keep following us, like and subscribe, man. Episode 100 is coming up real fast. We're going to be back next week, episode 98, back in the basement, man. I think we might be talking a little bit more about the draft as well as free agency. And, of course, really going to dive into the NBA playoffs, man. Just found out that Boston Celtics, they did win today. And the Lakers look like they are going to lose. They're up 6. They're up 6. They've been up double digits like every game. Yeah. And they just can't seem to just get over Denver, man. I don't know what's going on, but hey, that's another story. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We got the Caleb Williams sweatshirts, man. That inbox me, Old Head Sports Podcast. Today is Saturday. So it's college ball Saturday. Go on there, man. Let's kick up some debates, man. You down, you know what I'm saying? Drop some pics of some of your favorite college players and how you feel about it. And also, I know you don't like it, but the boy Bills had a birthday. You know what I'm saying? He don't like for people to know. So, you don't know, but you want to grab that bag over there? It's a black bag over there.
Oh, man. I turned 29 again and shit,
man.
You good, for everybody that was wondering how old I was.
Fool ass a vampire. This nigga 63.
29 probably.
29 plus, man. 29 plus.
Fool ass born in 48.
That nigga say 48.
Nigga, no.
But you want to go and tell these people where they can catch you at Endo?
Man, shit, you can catch me on Facebook under C Hendo, man. Make sure y'all check us out on Facebook, man. Under C Hendo. We got a shit ton of episodes, man. Whatever episode you see, just try to catch up, man. We go everything daily. You know, we got a lot of good debates as well, you know. So make sure y'all keep sending support, man. It's been number love, man. Appreciate everything, man. Make sure y'all check out all our sponsors, everybody that check in with us, man. They always looking out for us. Man, shout out to my man, Mr. Webb, Marcus out, Winona, man, the artist, man. He always doing good work with us. We gotta collab another time. Yes, hopefully we here for the 100th episode, man. But yeah, man. It's been nothing but love, man. We appreciate it, man. Man, not the bill.
That's up, dog. That's my high school right there. You know what I'm saying? That's up. Dog took a picture of somebody else from my high school and brutally slapped my face on this mod.
That's
hilarious. Yeah, that shit funny.
That's funny. You couldn't get Bill there, so we got
you. Man, I'm going up, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's really great.
That's what's up. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
That's hilarious.
Happy birthday. But yeah, you want to tell these people they can see where they catch you at, man?
Oh, man, you catch me in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know you catch me right here. Saturday nights, live on Twitch from 6 to 6:30 is the beginning time to about 8 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, appreciate y'all rocking with us. I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. Episode 97. It's a wrap, man. Can't wait to bring y'all more content. Don't forget, man, like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Juneteenth is coming up. We're going to be in the park again this year. We're going to be selling tickets. We also might be doing some other things. Well, we are going to be doing some other things. But, yeah, man, keep rocking with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Old Heads episode 97. It's a wrap. You need.
You already know it, man. Don't tell me, man. I already know, man. I already know.
Point me down like I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy all the
Old Heads Podcast. Yo, we come from all shades to the team at the Barclays. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, from Will scoring 100 to job being wanted. The Old Heads